Well, hi, this is Frank Furness again, and welcome to the Financial Advisor Tips. How to be the best financial advisor, independent financial advisor you can be in. What I want to talk about today is the difference between left brain and right brain selling. You see, I've been in the business so many years, and I've interviewed some of the top people, and what I find is the best people in our business are right brain salespeople. So what is the difference? Left brain salespeople go in and it's just facts and figures, and it confuses the client because really we are selling an emotional product. So what we've got to do is we've got to move over to right brain selling. Now with right brain selling, there's 4 essential elements. The first thing you've got to do when you go in and you do right brain selling is you've got to speak about visuals. You've got to get them involved. So this is when I take out my visual aid and I start going through the different visuals. Here's a little visual of 100 people right now. 25 years later at retirement, so many are going to be dead. So many are going to be successful. I would use the next visual. Do you know that 1 in 3 people are going to get cancer? What I'm really doing is I'm disturbing them. So the first part of that right brain selling is the whole visual part, where you're getting them really involved visually. The second part is questioning, asking the right kinds of questions. Now, most financial advisors have got their fact find, and you know the fact find is the most boring thing in the world. How do you bring it alive? Well, you know, you're normally asking situation questions. How old are you? How long have you been living here? What is your salary? That's really boring. What you've got to start adding is some problem questions. So you've been living in Dubai for 3 years now. What are some of the challenges if something had to happen to you? You had to move back to England again. And then the big one is the impact. What kind of impact is it going to have on you? What kind of impact is it going to have on your family? And then it moves on to priority questioning, because you've done the fact find and there's going to be so many things that they need. They might need life insurance. They might need pension planning. They might need some critical illness cover. And you're not too sure what's the most important one. So once you've got all of those, you say to them, well, there's a couple of areas we've identified. The first is life insurance. The second one is some critical illness cover. The third thing is having a pension plan that's going to keep you in the same life that you've got right now. What is your number one priority? That's your first question. What is your number one priority? And keep quiet and let them tell you. The second thing you say is, why is that important? So they might say, my number one priority is I really want to retire in comfort. I've been living out here for 3 years. I love the lifestyle. I want to stay out here forever. I want to buy myself a condo. Second question, why is that important to you? Well, I've got all of my mates over here. My kids have grown up at schools over here. I love the place. The third question is the pain question. What would happen if you don't plan properly? Comes retirement, you can't do this. They're going to answer, you know, I don't want to be in that situation. I really want to make sure that I can stay here. The fourth question is the pleasure question. So what happens if we can make sure that I come back every year and we give you the retirement that you want? Well, that sounds fantastic. So that's the second part of the right brain. Remember, the first part was the visuals. The second part, the questions. The third part is storytelling. Now, all of you have got great stories to tell. You know, and somebody might say to me, well, I don't want to invest right now. I don't know what's happening with the stock markets. I don't know who to choose as a financial advisor. I'm pretty happy with my own financial advisor. You've got to come up with stories. And I would say something like, well, imagine you're in New York and you're traveling down to Boston. You get into your Porsche, you're driving down there, and all of a sudden you're sitting in a traffic jam. Bicycles come whizzing past you. You jump out of your Porsche, you grab the first bicycle, and you say, let's swap. I've got to get to Boston. 5 minutes later, the traffic lets up and your Porsche passes you. Well, you know, exactly the same kind of thing happens in investments. You can't just jump ship all the time. You've got to be in it for the long run. And the fourth part of right brain selling is looking after your clients better than ever before, staying in touch with them all the time. You know, I say to everybody, you should have a 10-touch plan. How do you touch your clients 10 times a year? Either by phone, email, face-to-face, or an e-zine, an online newsletter. So there's a couple of tips and strategies, and there's lots and lots more. So please go and take a look at ifaskills.com, ifaskills.com. There's a 15 CD package there, everything on how to prospect, how to use the internet, everything you should know about being a financial advisor and being a successful one. Hey, this is Frank Furness. Thanks for watching.